Yo, what is cracking, guys? It's your boy LOZA. We're back and we've got a cute little border thing going on. But most importantly, we're here to talk about the Albaz structure deck. It's finally been leaked by Duel Daddy over on Facebook. Big thank to y'all.
Dark Magician Best Deck! Subscribe to LOZA to increase your win rate by 99%! Go! Dark Magic Asset!
Alright, now that I'm out of the way, we can see branded fusion is right here in the middle, and we all know this is the card we're buying the structure for. This is the card that summons Dragoon. This is the card that summons Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, in one card. Now, of course, it loses to a lot of things. It loses to Ash. It's going to lose to Imperm. It's going to lose to Veiler. If you're unaware of why that is, stick around and I'll show you very soon. Now, one thing we do need to talk about later in the video too is a lot of people want to drop the Red Eyes fusion package along with, you know, Red Eyes because they think branded fusion is the way to summon Dragoon moving forward. I'm here to tell you that that is very incorrect. You're going to need to play branded fusion alongside Red Eyes fusion. Once again, if you're not sure, you're going to have to stick around till I show you some test hands later. Anyway, let's go on with the deck, and I'll just point out the cards that are pretty nice. So we've got a copy of Fleur-de-Lis here. It's alright, it's cool, it's a good card to have. Chaos Dragon Levy in here, another cool card to have. Scythe being in here is really funny. The Chaos Dragons, the black and white Wyvern Castellas and whatnot, they're really good. Seyfert's here, like, there's like a D-Link core basically here, which is really cool. Pot of Extrav, really nice reprint. Gold Sark, random, but sure, we'll take it. A bunch of the branded cards, but not a Luba, so it kind of sucks. Branded opening is, ironically, not in here, which searches branded fusion, but that's okay. We might have to get our hands on that. I know a Luba's price has gone way up as well. It's really nice to see just a random Ghost Ogre common reprint. We're getting it in the Megatins as well, but sure, here's another one. There's an Effect Veiler, and even a random Keeper of Dragon Magic, so sure. Dark Ruler no more, which is really good. Called by the Grave, sure. A copy of Necro Fusion, there can only be one dimensional barrier, and Waking the Dragon. There's actually a lot of really nice, just random staples. So if you're a budget player, picking up 3 of this, it probably won't give you the best deck, but it's going to give you like a nice core. Like you'll have 3 Extrav, you'll have 3, there can only be 1 dimensional barrier. You've got like half a Subterra core there. You've got like half a D-Link core. Like this is actually a really good structure deck. Like one of the best we've had in a while. I haven't talked about the extra deck monsters. We've got the Ice Jade here. This is the card that you will be able to summon off branded fusion with Anaconda. A lot of people think you can still do Dragoon stuff with Anaconda branded, but you cannot, and we'll get into that soon. Lubellion, this is the card that allows us to summon Dragoon and Dark Magician the Dragon Knight in essentially one card, which is branded fusion. Titanic Lad, the Ash Dragon, the classic Dogmatic Ascend. It's good boy. We've got some of the other branded fusions here. I'm not that familiar with these ones besides Albion here. And the tokens. The tokens are really pretty. We don't really care about them too much though. And for those of you who don't believe like this is the actual leaked list, well, here it is in another language, and this looks pretty legit. Like, this could be faked, obviously, but it looks pretty legit to me, guys. I'm really keen that we have a decent structure deck. Alright, this is for all of y'all who think you can play branded without Red Eyes Fusion. Hey, look! I didn't open branded. Wow. Well, that's okay, right? Because you just can make Anaconda, right? And all these people are saying Anaconda's gonna get banned because of branded, and it's just so funny to me. It's just so funny because branded and Anaconda work so terribly together. Like, you couldn't have picked 2 worse cards. It's amazing. It's absolutely hysterical. Anyway, I'm just going to do some standard DM stuff here. Wow, we drew Eternal. Cool. So yeah, as you guys know, well, you didn't open branded, but that's okay. Make your Anaconda, supposedly. And, well, let's see how Anaconda send branded fusion goes. Yep, I've sent branded fusion. So I can either make Ice Blade, or Ice Jade, whatever they're calling it. This card's great. But it's a quick effect, you know, send a fusion monster to the list, Albaz from extra deck to grave, banish a monster on the field, but then that effect can't be used again next turn. That's your best disruption with Anaconda, by the way. But because everyone thinks they're going to make their Dragoon this way, let's just show them the way. So you have to send Albaz, and we're probably going to have to send a Dark Magician, aren't we? So let's go ahead and do that. Cool. Now what? You're out of summons because Anaconda, you're locked. So everyone who thinks, like, Anaconda's gonna break branded fusion, what the f are you talking about? Like, this is it. This is all Anaconda branded fusion does. It either summons Ice Blade, which gives you, what, 1 banish? That's okay. It's not great. It also has to use the Anaconda, so it's really not great. Remember, Lubellion's an amazing card, but if you can't use his full effect, he's kind of shit. If he gets Effect Veiler, Imperm, Gamad, he's kind of shit. So yes, you do need to actually play Branded Fusion. First, you got to play it at 3. Second, you can't link after you use it, right? If you get ashed on Branded Fusion, that's okay, because hopefully you've got the Red Eyes Fusion to back it up. So let me show you why Branded Fusion is good, because mind you, this is an amazing card. We have to send Fallen of Albaz. We have to send Dark Magician. This much most people already know. Now we can activate his effect. We need to discard a card. A little unfortunate, but that's okay. We will discard Dark Magician. So while we say Branded Fusion is a 1-card Dragoon or a 1-card Dark Magician the Dragonite, it's actually technically 2-card because you have to discard. Anyway, we're going to try summon Dragoon here. You could summon Dark Magician the Dragonite, but it's really up to you. Alright, for the Fusion, we're going to send back Dark Magician and Albaz to the deck, and that will give us Dragoon. Now, this could be Dark Magician the Dragonite as well. The main point is we got here in essentially 1/2 cards because we had to discard. For some reason, people think that's a lot better than Ref. Like, Fallen of Albaz is still a brick. Yeah, it's a better brick than Red Eyes, I'll give you that. But this combo isn't quite as good as I think people think it is. Look, I'm not trying to say Branded is bad, but Branded Fusion is flawed, is what I'm trying to say. Ref loses to Ash. You noticed Branded can lose to Ash, but Lubellion can lose to all those hand traps I mentioned earlier, the Effect Veiler, the Imperm, the Gamma. Like there's so many choke points for you to get hand trapped. It's not funny, okay? So Red Eyes Fusion, much more linear, much simpler. So please do not count out Red Eyes Fusion. But of course, from here, we're only locked out of the extra deck, so we're locked out of everything but Fusion. So we can still play out our hand, which is cool. Like, we can go for Eternal Soul. Cool. Can go for Magician Souls. Yeah, let's go ahead and draw a random card. Yeehaw. Cool, Ash Blossom. Well, you know, it's all not bad. It's all not bad. The fact that we can't link this rod off annoys me, but it is what it is. That is the other downside to Branded Fusion. You cannot make links the turn you try to use it and vice versa. It's similar to Ref in kind of that aspect. If you do get ashed on it, you're not locked out at anything once again, so that's really good, and that does make it better than Ref in that regard. But yeah, this card is good, guys, but it's not as great as people are hyping it up to be, okay? Now, as I mentioned, you might not open Branded, and then what? If you don't open Branded, you need to make an Anaconda play, right? You need to summon 2 monsters, make Anaconda, make Dragoon. Branded cannot do that, as I've shown, so you need to go for Ref. But in this scenario, I'm going to show you Branded Opening. Branded Opening makes Branded Fusion searchable. There's a catch. You're going to be discarding a lot, guys. But let's go through the steps. So Branded Opening, first thing it has to do is discard a card. Luckily, it doesn't discard for cost. So we're going to go ahead and discard Dark Magician here, and then it allows us to special summon or add to the hand a Destiny monster. We're going to summon out the Aluba here. Now, for those of you who don't know, Aluba is kind of the Alistair of Branded, and he is going to be grabbing us a Branded Spell Trap. Now, I think you know which Branded Spell Trap we're going to collect. That's right, we're going to grab the Branded Fusion. Now, the other cool thing about Branded Opening is it says if a fusion monster would be destroyed, you can banish this card from graveyard instead. Cool, but I wish it was like if a fusion monster gets targeted, you can banish this and like negate it, because then it would protect the effect of the fusion summon we're about to conduct. But anyway, so we've searched the Branded Fusion. We're going to slap it down. Fantastic. Here comes Lubellion. We're going to be sending the Fallen of Albaz from the deck and a Dark Magician from the deck, though we already discarded one, but normally you wouldn't have it there. Then we can go ahead and activate Lubellion. Can you see what's happening to our hand? Our hand is just... Where's our hand? We've used 3 cards. We've used 3 cards, guys. Like, stop overhyping this, please. Please. I know it's good. Trust me. It's better than a lot of the other things we've had. But it's just not quite on par with Red Eyes Fusion. I know. Controversial take. People might hate me for it. But I think this shows it. Of course, one of the main differences of Branded Fusion compared to, say, Red Eyes Fusion is you can actually summon everyone's favorite monster, and that is your boy, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. So all you got to do is send back that Albaz and a Dark Magician from grave, and of course, the same conditions as Dragoon, here he is. So the fact that we can turbo Dark Magician the Dragon Knight now is nice. I like it. It's still, you saw how many cards were in my hand, right? If you go through the Branded Opening way, you're discarding 2 cards. If you summon Dragoon, you then need to have cards in hand to discard, to negate. It doesn't really add up. Branded Opening's nice because it searches you your Aluba, but then your Aluba searches you your Branded Fusion. Your Branded Fusion summons your Lubellion, which then discards another card, so that's 2 discards already. Then you can either summon Dark Magician the Dragon Knight or your Dragoon. And what does your Dragoon need? Your Dragoon needs a discard to negate it. So you can see my dilemma. Branded is cool, but it uses too much hand advantage that we need desperately in Dark Magician. Remember our deck, Circle, Eternal Soul, Bonds, all those packages, they all require 2 to 3 cards to function. How are you going to be discarding all these random cards and still be able to play? Like, I don't know. Branded ain't as G as you think it is what I'm trying to say. I know I talk about it literally every video, but guys, this is still the way. You might not like it, but this is peak performance Dark Magician. 1 card for 1 monster. It's simple. I play the card. I might get hand trapped if they opened Ash. Congratulations if they did. Here's Dragoon. 1 for 1. It's just simple math. 1 for 1. I love to see it. You could say it's more because it puts Dark Magician in the grave, which means your Eternal Soul is now live. Your Soul Servant is now live. Like, it turns on half the deck. Anyway, I'm not quite the biggest fan of playing the branded package. If anything, I think you just play branded fusion. If you see it, you see it. Great, use it. I think using branded fusion alongside 3 Red Eyes fusion is the way. Because branded fusion is flawed in the fact that you need to discard and it plays into like every hand trap in the game. While Red Eyes fusion plays into only 1 hand trap, its flaw is obviously if you get ashed, your turn's over. So branded's kind of got that on Red Eyes fusion where if you get ashed on branded, you can just keep playing the rest of your hand out and you're not locked into anything, which is very nice. You can see I've put them next to each other because I honestly think you just play both. I think moving forward, we play both. I like Red Eyes Inside as well. You don't have to play it if you don't want to. But most importantly, I think Branded and Ref are still buddies, still hand-in-hand partners. And please, guys, remember, while Anaconda is a broken card, it doesn't work with Branded Fusion very well. I know there's some other combos you can do that aren't just summoning Dragoon and summoning Dark Magician Dragonite, but that's kind of what we want to do with it, so yeah. Anyway, thank you for checking out the video. If you did like it, don't forget to hit that subscribe